Hi guys, welcome back to the show. In today's video, I'm going to talk about Time Intelligence in Power BI. Time Intelligence is one of the fundamental topics in Power BI desktop. It's really about aggregation over time period. So it's allowed you to calculate this year versus last year, or last quarter versus this quarter, or you want to find out the year to date, or the quarter to date, or month to date. However, if you're first time to my channel, I'm Buntri. I'm here to help you to become a better Power BI developer. So without any delay, let's jump into my Power BI desktop. So here in my Power BI desktop, I'm just going to show you my model. So this is the Adventure Word database, which is have your customers information, your sales, your products, your product subcategory, and then your date calendar. I intentionally not connected to any relationship because I want to show you the time intelligence features. So if I go back to here, now with the time intelligence, it's automatically set on in the options. So you go to File, Option, Setting. So it's in the global download, which is a time intelligence, and also in the download in the time intelligence. So it's by default, it's always turned on. So if I untick this, notice this bit here, the date hierarchy. I'm going to untick, and also okay, if I untick that, click OK. See how the date hierarchy is gone now in the order date, and the same with the calendar as well. So I'm going to turn that back on. That's the auto setup for the time intelligence. I'm going to turn that back on. Okay, so I'm going to turn it on here. Now you notice the date and the date. Okay, if I turn it back on now, that's the auto date time features in Power BI desktop. Okay, see how I put back the date hierarchy, and the same here as well. So what it means is any of the table that contain a date column, it's going to give you a date hierarchy. Alright. Now this date hierarchy is basically, it's for end user. Basically they can create a report without knowing any time intelligence. Let me give you an example. So there's a pros and cons to this, but there's more cons than pros. Okay, so let's start create a new chart. So now that we have time intelligence features, so just going to bring an order date and a sales amount. Okay, so now I've got these nice beautiful graph, but I can actually drill down to quarter level, month level, and day level. So if I click on 2003 and I click on that arrow, click to drill down, and if I click on this now, it's going to take me to quarter 1, quarter 2, quarter 3, quarter 4 in 2003. I want to click on this again, quarter 3. It's going to give me July, August, September. And I click on again, so it's going to July, it's going to give me the day. Okay, so first day to 31st. So that's the features of the auto date time in time intelligence. Right? Okay, so let me show you an example. So I've got another a table here is contained the sale for over the year, and get your sale amount and I don't know anything about DAX, and I said, oh, let's create a measure year to date. So just go here, right click, new quick measures. Okay, I want time tell year to date total, and I'm gonna bring the sales amount and the date. Now, if I start bringing that measure in, that's gonna give me the year to date, right? So if you look at the formula, the one we just created, see it's got this sales order date dot date. It's very strange, and this is the total year to date time intelligence function. Now this dot date means that it's using the date hierarchy, right? So let's say if I turn the time intelligence feature off, if I turn that off, watch this bit here. Watch this bit here. This gonna go disappear. Watch this. Watch this. If I turn this off, click OK. See, gone, and the report breaks. The report actually breaks. So yeah. So basically, time intelligence auto features is only work with the quick new measures. And if I try to create a quick new measures, let's try now. Real quick measures year to date, and I'll try to put in sell or sales amount and order date. It complained. Look at that warning. Right? The warning here. Only Power BI provide date hierarchies or primary date kind are supported. So it doesn't work. Alright? So what I'm saying that if you know DAX, you don't need to turn on the auto date time feature. You can just write your own code. Right? But don't use the order date in a fact table. Don't use any date in a factor. You have to use your own date table. Okay, so let me show you an example. Another example here. So here's another example that I'm using the a date table. So just a simple table. I just want to show to you a simple table. Just sales and the sales amount, sales date and sales amount. So I'll just create a sales that's 1111 up to hit next year. Start at 2. Alright, just want to see it. So I'll create a sales year to date. Let's have a look. Sales year to date. So sales year to date is a time intelligence function. I'm using a date by to date. I'm using a sales order date. Now if you look at it, it add up correctly. Okay, 1, 2, 3, it add up to 365. I'll just keep it simple so you guys can understand. So it's add up to $365, right? And then I've got another measure, sales last year. And sales last year is just another measure. So I'm using a same period last year, which is a sales I'm getting from sales order date. So then sales last year is basically give me the last year data for this year. Okay, let's give me orders here up to from May, because that's my last sale. Alright, and then I've got another measure called sales last year to date. So I want to calculate my last year to date. So last year to date is I'm just getting the measure from sales last year. I'm using a date year to date, which is from the order date table. Okay, so that should give me the last year data of year to date. So everything add up correctly, starting from 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, until it gets to the last day of sale. There's a big jump, 147 to 151. It's not 148. What's going on there? So what I'm trying to say is that if you see using a sales order date, the measure doesn't add up correctly. Alright, and the reason for that is in May, if you go back to May, see 151, it takes the last value. So that was 147. So add up all of these until 150. But we haven't had any sale. The sale just finished on the 27th or 28. Yeah? 28. But we're getting 151. And because we're using a sales order date. So if I was to use the calendar date, so if you look at my relationship, order date to the date table, which is the date, right? So I'll go back here. So I'll just create a measures again. I got my sales year to date. I'm using the date table. Let's have a look at this. Sales year to date. It's the same formula, the sum of sales, date year to date, but I'm using the date table now. The date table, not the order date, right? And then I also create a last year to date, a last year date table as well. So I'm using the same function, date, but getting from a date table. And sell last year to date, the sell last year date, and the date table as well. So if I put the values in, see, so everything add up, works fine, right? And if you go to the really bottom, so the last one was 28th of May. Look at that, we got 148. It's on 151. It's work. So what I'm saying that if you use any time intelligence function, always use your date table don't use the date in your fact table. As you can see from the example, calculate the last year to date. It just gives you some wrong numbers. You could try to work out the whole month, but your month is finished on your day is finished on the 28th of May, and that's the reason why you're getting an incorrect value, right? Okay, so now let's write some real DAX function, time intelligence function. So I'm going to be using a date table now rather than the auto date time intelligence. Okay, so I've got my date calendar populate. So you can get most of your company probably have a data warehouse date table, so you can import that in, or you can create using a calendar function index. Right? So I've got my calendar here. Let's drag in the year. I'm going to drag in the year in. We're going to drag in the month and date, number of days. Oops, I want that to be in the row. And now I've got the cell in the cells in here. It's good. If I drill down, okay, so now you can see I can drill down. So this is my time intelligence, right? Alright, so let's build a year to date. Alright, so we're gonna write some DAX in a time intelligence function. Right, so let's create a measure. New measures, and here we go. I'm gonna call these. Come on. I'm gonna call this cell. Here we go. Lost it. Start again. I'm gonna put cells year to date, and it's gonna be calculate the sum of my cells amount and I'm going to use a date time intelligence function. Choose date. So you've got a couple of date time intelligence, like month to date, you can do quarter to date, so we're going to do year to date, right? And then the date, so we want the date table instead of the cells, the fact table. So the date table will be calendar, the date, close the bracket, alright, so now we can bring this date in. So you can see the year to date, so the July is 473,000. The next one is 929, so that plus that gives you that plus that will give you 1 million, etc. Right? So it's working. Now that's the time intelligence function. There's another date intelligence function. They call it syntax sugar. It's one of the Microsoft call it. So there's another function here, so I could create another one. I'm gonna go images. Okay, so I've got cells year to date. I've got sugar. and then the formula is total year to date. This is simpler. Expression would be the sum of sales, the sale amount, and then the next argument is the date, so it's going to be calendar date. And then close the bracket. Yep, that's it. So if I bring that measure in, the value is exactly the same. So you can use either the total year to date function or the date add function. Okay, they both work the same. Okay, so all of these is really it's just a date table filter out to get the sum. Okay, I could just write my own custom time intelligence. Right? Let me show you. Let's create another one. For sales year to date custom. Equal. Okay. So the custom would be calculate, and then the sum of sale. Oops. Oh. Sum of sale, and I'm going to apply the filter from the all. So I'm going to change filter contacts. Calendar date. Table. And then I'm going to apply the calendar year equal to the max. Explain this syntax later. The calendar year and calendar date less than or equal to the max calendar date. Close the bracket. There's one more bracket. Check this down a bit. I'm going to bring that custom in. See? Exactly the same. So what I'm trying to tell you is that if I open that up, this custom function is just basically it's the same as the time intelligence function. So it basically create a filter and remove all the filter contacts. The old function remove all the filter contacts, and this is your filter contact now. Your filter contact would be 2000. So if I'm in row July, my filter contact is 2001. So what would be 2001? And my calendar day would be whatever that row is. So that would be July, so 31st, so 31st December 2001. So what it does is it basically goes through each row. So it's saying, is my first row, is this row equal to the max calendar, which is that one? Yep, it is. And it's my calendar date. So that date there is less than or equal to max. Yep, it is. So it's going to write me the value. The next one is that row is 2001. Yep. And is the date of that row is less than. Yep. So it's going to sum up the next one. That's what we get. And just keep going, continue on. So I could write another custom time intelligence. Let me show you another one. So you can do it this way as well. So you could write like this as well. So I'll call this one sales year to date custom 2. I could do this as well. Calculate. Actually, we can put a variable to variable. So it's going to store my current context. The last selection equal to the max calendar date. So that's my filter context. Okay, and then I'm going to do a return. Let's do a return. What is happening? Okay. Let's do a return calendar. Oh, sorry. Calculate. Is the sum of sales down, and then my calendar date will be greater than or equal to date year last day selection 1, 1, and then calendar date will be less than or equal last day selection. So I'm going to bring that in. There you go. Same thing. I'm getting the same value. So if I look at here, this is my last selection. What's my current filter contact? So my max calendar date, the max, that's the filter contact. That would be the 31st, right? July 21. What's my field content on this one? That would be 01 01 01 2001. And my max calendar date, which is from the top one, would be 31st 2001 as well. So what is saying that is my filter contact, is my date, my calendar is greater or equal to 2001. Yep. And my calendar date again is less than or equal to 31st. Yep. So it's going to write the first value. And then it goes to the next one. Okay. It does it again. Is my first July, so on this row, is less than or equal to 2001. Yep. And last, yep, which is now my field contact is 31st, will be the max, which is the August, the 31st, so that would be the 31st of August now. Is that calendar date is greater than or equal to that? Yep. And then is that calendar date less than or equal to the 31st? Yep. So we're going to sum this up to so get 97. And just continue on. Now, this filter contact, you can actually filter at the date level as well. So the day level. You scroll down. If I drill down, see at my day level, that plus that would give me 28,000. So it does the same thing, right? I'll show you another one. Let me just take that one out. You could also write this way as well. Cell year to date for custom custom 3. Very cool. Calculate cells in there. Keep getting a grade and sign error. You could use a date between, that's another time intelligence function. The date between the calendar date last day selection and that would be date between calendar date, the date between calendar date start date, so that would be date plus date is year, which is the last selection, comma 1 the last selection. There's a bracket. There's one more. bring that measure in. You can see the number is exactly the same. So that's another date time intelligence function that we could use. So basically the year-to-date time intelligence function is basically doing that. Just calculate getting the first year of your sale to the maximum last year. That's all it is. I could continue on with another custom, but you can see what I mean. It's all about time intelligence function. Yeah. So let me quickly show you the time intelligence function. So these are all the time intelligence functions, right? So what I just showed before was the dates between the total year to date, date year to date. So do all this on your time intelligence function, right? But as you can see, you can create your own custom. So those time intelligence function is basically just these. It's just a filter of the date. Okay, that's all it is. So yeah, so I hope you enjoyed that video. So if you new to my channel, don't forget to subscribe. I'm gonna have some more videos coming up. Okay, bye for now.